Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for September 2025. We're going to jump right in here. You have this hindrance card that says fate has blocked this path for you. You have this other card that says the hand of fate. It says forces beyond your control intervene. So obviously there is some sort of fated event happening for you at this time. I'm not even sure what it is yet. So we'll have to take a look and see what's going on here in this first row. But yeah, like if anything is being blocked, obviously, it could be for your highest good, whatever it is, that's going on here. So, again, I would trust that, right, is what I would say there. One thing I will say to you, Leo, is that I kind of feel this month, though, is like, I'm not telling you not to have dreams, right? But I think that it is a better month for you to start laying some bricks here, based off of your dreams, And so I kind of feel like maybe that's where this reading is starting to go, is that it would be a good time to, again, I hesitate to say stop dreaming, because I don't think that you should stop dreaming. I think that's where your creative ideas will come from and things like that, right? But I do feel maybe a better way to put it is, start laying some bricks with your dreams right here, 7 of Cups. So, I think it's time to start taking action on those things. One thing I will say to you, Leo, is that it is very, very critically important that you be an inspiration at this time. It's like the thing that Leo is letting go of is kind of, ruling through control, right? And so Leo is now having to learn, or I don't even think you have to learn anything. I think you could just do it. It's like now you can rule through inspiration. And, maybe that should be your mantra, is that you rule through being an inspiration. You rule through, people admiring what you're able to accomplish and, all those other things, And that's really what I would be paying attention to this month. You have the Queen of Swords, the Strength card, and the Magician showing up in your current general energies. It doesn't surprise me to see the Queen of Swords. It is a very clear month. I think a lot of people could be seeing the truth of the matter in, whatever it is that they're doing in life. People could be getting a lot of clarity just in general. So, like I said, it just seems to be a month where people could be gaining clarity on certain things. And of course, that would be good. They could be, people could be seeing things more clearly and all that other stuff. So I like to see that. Could also be getting some answers this month as well. But I definitely feel that. One thing I will say about the Queen of Swords is I think Leo needs to, again, tap into the cosmic Wi-Fi, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean? It's I think Leo has the opportunity to really create some breakthroughs and innovations right now, but you have to be tapped into that signal, right? To be able to have those breakthroughs. I also think you have to be brave enough to put them out into the world, whatever your crazy ideas are. And so that's popping into my head with the Queen of Swords. You have the Strength card. Strength is about patience. It is also your card. You show up twice. You have the Strength card and the Sun, which is amazing, Leo. Definitely leads to a lot more, positivity for you whenever you show up as yourself. This kind of does look like an all about you reading as well, which again, I think your mantra should be that you rule through inspiration, right? Maybe that should be your saying this month. And, the Strength card, she is being an inspiration. People are seeing her controlling this lion. This lion is her inner voice or her inner critic, but she is the one that's in control. And, again, she is putting on a display of strength. It would require strength to be able to do this in real life. So I think that a lot of you, it's you could be doing something through strength, or you could be being seen as being strong, which, I think would be good just in general. You have the Magician. The Magician is about manifesting things, of course, and yeah, I think you could manifest, but again, he's pointing up and down. I think that I don't even necessarily this popped into my head at the beginning of the reading, but I do think it fits in very well with your astrology. It's brick by brick, right? It's the bricks have to start falling, or you have to start putting those bricks down to build your dream life, or your dream, whatever it is. He's literally saying hey, Leo, it's time to ground something in reality. It's time to make this thing real that you've been dreaming about. That's really the feeling I get from the reading. Time to make the dream real, whatever it is, Leo. So there you go. Let's see. With the Queen of Swords, yes, you're kidding, you have the 7 of Cups. again, I think you are very clear on something like a dream. The Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice, but this person is just dreaming of something, and he's seeing all the options that exist for him. So I really don't feel necessarily much about the Seven of Cups. I feel good about it because it is showing up at the end here in the area of the good stuff, but I kind of feel it's just saying that you have been dreaming. Let's see. With the Strength card, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, every single person has had the Eight of Pentacles, except I only have one more reading to do, Sagittarius, after you. And, yes, you are Leo. I'm saying I have to do Sagittarius, because the way I said that, people are going to be like, you called us Sag. No, I didn't. But anyway, but now I will, because I said I didn't. But anyway, again, everybody has had this card, basically. Sag will probably get it, because Eight of Pentacles, we have Saturn retrograde. Saturn is retrograding into Pisces as well, but whenever Saturn goes retrograde, it's always like a good time to like pick one thing and finish it. It's like that's probably the most effective thing we can do is basically prove to the universe like, hey universe, I can be responsible and I can see something through to the end, And so doing that, you will get rewarded by Saturn. So, again, if there's something you want to work on or create or build or do or be or have, I would just like pick one thing and make it happen. I basically have said that to everyone because it's probably the best thing we can all do right now. With the Magician, you have the Six of Pentacles here. Yeah, it's like you have a choice. It's like, again, I think you have a choice between control or inspiration. Obviously, I would choose inspiration. I think being an inspiration right now, especially with Pluto being in your opposite sign, Aquarius, I think it would be an amazing time for you, Leo, to be an inspiration for other people. But again, it's like that is literally what the universe is asking Leo to do, is to rule through inspiration, to do those things that, basically I think Leo, well, let's put it this way, Leo. I think you have a lot of good ideas maybe about how the world should work, and they're probably right. But, if you're not living those ideas, then no one's going to see it, right? So I think this is saying start planting those seeds. Start living your life how you think life should be lived and let your results speak for themselves, And guess what? They will. I think your results will speak for themselves, Leo. Plain and simple. Next, in the area of messages, what's coming in for you, you have this entanglement card. It says, if you realize that you're in an entanglement, it may be time to move on or take a break. You have this evil eye card that says, protect yourself against the evil eye so it doesn't negatively impact your life. I actually think this is encouraging you to be more positive, really. I feel it's saying that I don't think this is an entanglement. I think that what this is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords can be kind of an entanglement, but not really. It's not really like an entanglement with a person. It could be, but the Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It is something that is just repeating over and over and over again. Something that's going round and round and round, right? Kind of like me. Like right now, there's always this spider web. This will make sense in a second. There's a spider that insists on building a spider web right outside my door, going outside my house. I have walked into it. I can't even tell you how many times. This poor spider has to rebuild its web because I always walk into it. But I am itching like crazy because I literally right before your reading, I walked right into it, right? And so that spider is stuck in the Nine of Swords. It's banging its head against the wall. It keeps building it right where I'm going to walk, right? And so the Nine of Swords says, do not keep doing something that keeps, getting destroyed by someone's head and face. It says, do not keep repeating a mistake. And, if you take control of things that are just going round and round, then your life can get better. And that's what I feel like you need to do here, is it's like you need to break up with the spider, right? You have the Nine of Wands. It is a good time for innovation for you, like I said, because you have to tap into that cosmic Wi-Fi, like I said, or the cosmic radio station. I think for Leo, the trick is going to be you have to actively do something to kind of like download those ideas. That could be, meditation, going for a walk, doing whatever it is that you do to get out of your head. And if you don't have something, I would find something. Because, again, it would be a great month for you to, come up with some sort of breakthrough or innovation in your life that could greatly improve your life. And yeah, that's what I would do here. The Nine of Wands is also my favorite card for experimentation. And again, for like the next 20 years with, Pluto in your opposite sign, I think it would be an amazing time for you to like experiment in any area of your life, really. This is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And so I think it is a very good time for you to do that, Leo. Next, you show up here as yourself. Again, whenever you show up as yourself, kind of puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel like you're really kind of like standing out here, Leo. Definitely could be a lot of attention. But again, it's like the type of attention you get is going to be important. So you are going to want to be an inspiration. That's where the most success is going to come from. The other thing is, I would start looking for ways to make your life easier. I always say this with the sun. This baby is carrying this big banner, and it's meant to look like something that's very heavy, but he's carrying it very, very easily. The sun represents ease, and it can represent life becoming easier, of course, but it doesn't say that life is easy. And it also says that it's an action. You have to look for ways to make things easier. But if you do, you will find ways to make things easier, and your life will become easier. With the Nine of Swords, yes, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Like I said, I wasn't too worried about that Nine of Swords. To be quite honest, I do not like the Nine of Swords. To me, it is the worst card in the tarot, but again, I read intuitively, so I really just don't think it's that big of a deal in your reading. I think it's just saying, don't keep repeating something over and over and over again. But you also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is like independence. Nine of Pentacles is also the card of gratitude and luxuries. I do kind of feel like you could be, attracting a lot of things to be grateful for. I also think it's a good month for you to receive admiration. Didn't I say this to you recently, Leo? I'm pretty sure I did, but I do feel it could be a good time where people, could really be admiring you, and it could be a good time to nurture those types of connections. So that is also popping into my head. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. Knight of Pentacles, I just want to look at everything that's going on here. Knight of Pentacles is progress, especially next to the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. It can say that you're making money for things that you've done in the past. But I do feel like you are making progress here, Leo, so I feel pretty good about that. Normally, again, sometimes I don't like the Knight of Pentacles because he's the only knight in the tarot that isn't moving. But he does represent progress. So I do feel that you are progressing towards something slowly but surely. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. With the Sun, you have the Five of Cups. Yes, you need to look on the bright side. You need to not cry over spilt milk. I think that, yeah, there's no good way to say this. It's sometimes in life I think that we do get to a period. I don't know how to say this really, but it's I think we get to a place where it's we just have to decide to just let a bunch of stuff go and kind of move to something new. And I feel that some of you could be doing that, where it's you could be letting a bunch of things go at once, and that could feel a little bit overwhelming. It is a time of great change for you, Leo. So, like I said, it wouldn't really surprise me if you were undergoing significant changes. And again, being tapped into the cosmic, Wi-Fi, the cosmic radio station, you're attracting breakthroughs and innovations into your life. So, this could make you to the outside world, this could make you look maybe a little bit more chaotic. I don't know that that's the right word, but, people could be questioning your decisions right now. But, again, you're tapped into source, or you should be tapping into source, so it doesn't really matter what people think. No is the answer. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Miracles card and this Truth card. Love it. Definitely could be some miracles coming in for you. Everybody is, we're in a time of truth in the month of September for sure. Everybody had the Tower except for you, although that could change in a second. So the Tower's come up quite a bit, and maybe one other person didn't have it as well. But, it wouldn't surprise me if, with 2 eclipses going on, it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of global Tower moment this month. I talk about this all the time. Between now and 2033, we're going to see a bunch of global Tower moments, a bunch of shocking truths being revealed, and things like that as well. So I don't know, just a sign of the times. I would be focusing on creating miracles, right? I almost feel like you are creating, you have the ability to create miracles this month. You have the Four of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Chariot. The Four of Cups can represent having been disappointed 3 times before, getting a new opportunity in your life that you should accept. I do feel like there is some sort of new opportunity coming in for you based off of past disappointments. It could be love, but I don't know. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, Leo. That doesn't mean, of course, that you can't have love. I think love is always available to us. I'm just saying, just energetically, I feel this could be something similar to something you've done in the past. So it could be a new job opportunity, or, I do feel the reading is asking you to be a little bit more positive, right? You have the Magician with the Sun. Magician and Sun says, if you think that something isn't going to work, then it probably isn't. If you think that something can work, then it probably will. And so, again, I feel this is more saying that Leo needs to make sure that they think more on the bright side this month, and that's kind of what I get there. You have the Judgment card. Yeah, you have those two cards that at the beginning that say forces beyond your control intervene, the Hand of Fate card, and you have the Fate has blocked this path for you. There is like some sort of fated event happening for you this month, and it could be like what you're being called to do at this time. The funny thing is, I do feel like some of you could feel like you're leaving something behind. These people in this coffin, the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. So they have to completely step into their new life. And, that's what they're being asked to do. Same thing with the Chariot. The Chariot is about setting yourself apart. He has this city behind him, and he's leaving the city behind him and he's charging forward into new direction. And so, he's leaving the past in the past completely, and he's totally setting himself apart. I think a lot of you, it's kind of like you're being called to change your destiny. And sorry, that spider messed me up, man. I just can't stop feeling it. But anyway, I think that for a lot of you, this could be saying that you are kind of like, there's like something fated coming in for you this month that is going to change the direction of your life. And don't be afraid to set yourself apart, Leo. And don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to leave comfort zones, which always comes up for you. Definitely could be like a fated victory as well. Chariot is a victory or a big win. So, but I think this has to do with a focus. If you have been focused on anything that would be a win for you, and if you've been putting the work in to make it happen, it could be a big win. With the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. I think something could surprise you this month. I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is some sort of big surprise, right? Four of Cups. The hand of God is reaching out and offering him that cup. And it could be something that he has experienced in the past. Could be love. Could be a new business. Could be a new idea. Could be a new health routine. It could be anything. It's something you have tried before. And I feel this is saying, give it a chance, whatever this new thing is. Because, again, I'm not trying to be dramatic here. But I think that the outcome will probably surprise you. It'll probably be better than you think. So it'll be worth it, any new opportunity. With the Judgment card, you have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, like I said, a lot of clarity this month coming in for pretty much everyone. We're in a time of truth. Definitely some sort of truth being revealed this month. You know what I mean? I think the problem with Uranus and Gemini is the fact that, we have Uranus and Gemini, and we are in a time of truth. Uranus is going to retrograde back into Taurus. I think it's November 7th is the day. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. That is the day that Uranus enters back into Taurus, right? It's going to retrograde back, and then next year it's going to move back into Gemini. And but what I would say with Uranus and Gemini is it's like two truths. It's like we will see a lot of this in the world. We already have. Like, it's no mistake that they say the whole Epstein list thing, right? It's real. It's not real. Under Uranus and Gemini, I think to me that is very much fits in with the astrology. The fact that there are two truths. You know what I mean? And it's like, which one do you believe? And on a personal level, I think on a personal level, we do know the truth. And that is the truth we need to accept, is whatever, we think is the truth. And so, yeah, there you go. With the Chariot, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's time to be curious. It's like, where have you been curious, is what I feel like saying, Leo, with that Chariot. It's like, what would light up your inner child? The Page of Swords is a card of, the child. In the Page of Swords, he asks a lot of questions like children do. But, it's almost like that Chariot is something, I almost feel that the Chariot in this Page of Swords is an opportunity that you've been looking at in life, that it feels more childlike. And maybe that's why you haven't done it yet. It's like sometimes I think, remember what I said, this is all starting to come together for me. It's like sometimes I think we can have a childlike dream, where maybe we're adults and we say to ourselves, oh, well, I can't have this because that would be childlike. Or that's something that children wish for, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it's like a childlike thing. I'm just saying maybe you're saying, I'm an adult now. I have to be an adult. It's almost like something like that is popping into my head. And I feel like the reading itself is saying no, if you have a dream or something you're dreaming of right now, you need to start putting those bricks into place. And it's not a childlike dream. It is an adult dream that you need to go for here. I don't know. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the strength and beauty card and this trust and knowledge card. Yes, Leo, I think, is very knowledgeable at this time. But, it's like how many times do I say this one, Leo? It's like, I think your knowledge is up here, and like what you need to know is way down here. But you actually think it's this way, right? I think you think that you need to know up here, and you think you're down here, but it's really the other way around. I've said this to you before, I'm sure of it. So whatever you're thinking about doing, just do it, right? You have the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Temperance card. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. If you're thinking about starting anything or doing anything new with your life, I think you have a lot more options than you realize. I think there are a lot more, it's like the universe is more on your side than you think as well, is kind of the feeling I get here, Leo. I think Leo is just too used to things not working out, or is too used to disappointment or something, I don't know. And I feel you need to like let those things go, because it's like the universe is on your side here, Leo, even if it hasn't felt like it. You have the Seven of Wands. I literally feel that you could be this might sound dramatic, but I think you could affect millions of people. I think you could be creating your own little gravitational force, here, where you like kind of become a movement. And yeah, maybe that sounds a little bit dramatic, but that, like, if you have that level of confidence, I literally feel that some of you Leos could be creating a movement in the world, like a belief movement or something having to do with attention. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's not going to magically happen. But I think if you choose to, rule through inspiration, it could happen. And so Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says the deeply you believe something, the more likely it is to be true. And again, if you believe something so deeply that you affect other people, that could lead to you building a following or, something like that as well. I think you have great opportunities to do things like that. But also, you could be doing this on a smaller level as well. Like, you could be trying to like lead your family, or you could be trying to, lead your business or your career. And, a lot of you, I think, by working on your belief systems, like what you believe, you could be doing this on a deeper level. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is like turning one thing into another. Temperance is alchemy. The Temperance angel is trying to turn water into wine. I feel like you are a little magical at this time. But again, I think the trick for you is to lay down those bricks, right? It's time to... Again, this isn't true, because I would never tell anyone to stop dreaming. I would never tell anyone to stop believing in magic as well. Delusional thinking has done a lot for me in my life, and you can call me crazy, but sure, the results speak for themselves, right? And so, it's being delusionally positive and things like that. I don't know. It's really worked out well for me, and I'll say that. But, again, I think that this is encouraging you to... It's like saying... It's time to start laying those bricks down. It's time to start building that foundation of something, like a dream. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. This has come up for you before, I'm pretty sure, that maybe you are thinking that there's competition for something where there really isn't, And so if you are dreaming of something that you want to accomplish, I think you need to realize that you are the competition, Leo. You are the one that everybody will compete with, but not unless you do it. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. It is an amazing... Eight of Wands, like, literally would be my favorite card this month. Like, if someone asked me, what card would you wish everybody got in September, this would be it, right here. Because Eight of Wands is a single focus energy. All those wands are pointing in one direction. And again, I think one of the easiest things for everyone to do would be Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Pick one thing, finish it, right? If you do that, you are going to get the rewards from Saturn. So, and again, like, nobody had this card except for you. So, if I had to choose, that would be one of my favorites for this month. With the Temperance card, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, we are also in a time of learning as you go. Pretty much everyone has had the Queen of Wands. I literally said to Pisces, it wouldn't surprise me if everybody had the Queen of Wands. And pretty much everybody has. So we kind of have to learn as we go this month. We have to be, again, willing to take the risk on our truth as well. You have this card, this Roadrunner card. It says trust and knowledge on it, right? You have to trust your own knowledge. And you have to kind of like start things and learn as you go. You have this versatility card, another amazing energy for right now. The more flexible we can be, especially you fix signs, the better. If one way to do something doesn't work, just be flexible. Move in a new direction. Chariot, Judgment card. Don't stay stuck doing things the same way. Be willing to do things in other ways. Next, you have this defense card. You don't have anything that says this, but, a lot of people did get the devil again this month. So just, as a collective energy, I would be careful of toxic people, because it does seem to be like one of those months where toxic people could be kind of, coming out of the woodwork or whatever. So if you have any toxic people that come in this month, put up boundaries. Yes, you have this concentration card, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is the card of concentration. I'm like, it's kind of popping into my head as both meanings, by the way. Concentration can be what you concentrate on, but it could also be you making something more concentrated, right? And so I think both of those energies would be good for you to work with. Like, concentrate on what matters to you, but also make things that, things that are working in your life, how can you concentrate those things? How can you make them more potent, right? It's almost like maybe you're making something more effective in your life through concentration. Next, you have this exaltation card. Love it. I literally said this in your reading a couple of minutes ago. It's like the universe is on your side. That's what this card represents in this deck, and I said that. It's like finally the universe is, it seems like maybe allowing things to work or getting out of your way. So, that is very good. And finally here, Leo, you have this manipulation card. This card is like the Magician. It's not bad manipulation. It's like manipulating the energy. So I do think it would be a good time for you to work with like energy at this time as well. But this looks really good, Leo. I love where this is going for you. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.